question. What do you get when you put 89 degrees out there, high humidity, high tempers, and a fast racetrack? You put that together, what do you get? You get intense racing. What am I talking about? Well, you just have to stay tuned because the Martinville Raceway Report starts right now.
It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live life.
Hi there, and welcome to the latest edition of the Martinville Raceway Report. This episode will focus on action from June 22nd at the track. Now, if you weren't there, you missed a treat. There was a lot of beating, there was a lot of banging, it was a fast track, and I decided to do something a little bit different. When I was there this past Saturday, I did several different segments. I kind of did like the NASCAR pre-race show. I did segments between races and everything like that, just to kind of give you a sense, if you weren't there, give you a sense of what it was like at the track this past Saturday. So we're going to go back to the track. You're going to see my face a lot, and you're going to see some interviews also, but this will be an opportunity just to give you a feel of what it's like to go to Martinville on a race day. So let's go ahead and do an at the track report. Welcome to the Martinville Raceway Report. Right now, preparations are underway for the June 22nd race at Martinville Raceway. It's race 4 of the championship season for 2013. And the biggest question going into tonight's race is turn 4. What's turn 4 going to be like tonight? Last race, the track was real dusty, and coming out of turn 4, you had a lot of people getting too high and hitting the wall. So, will the drivers adjust? Will they keep their line low? Will the track rubber up high where there's 2 lanes of racing going out of turn 4, where there's grip? It's going to be interesting to see tonight. Also, it's going to be interesting to see if the number 12 in the 360 clone class can be as dominant this week as he was last race. And also, the number 4, I believe, in the opens class, who was on fire the last time we were at Martinville, will he be able to continue to be up front? Will anybody new come up front? Will be any new winners this race? Well, it's hard to tell, but just sit back, enjoy. We're going to try to talk to some drivers as they prepare for tonight's race, and we'll just have fun tonight as we continue on with the Martinville Raceway Report. I'm standing here with Landon Lalonde. He has the luxury of driving in 2 different classes tonight. He's running 360 clone and 360 flathead. Now, you are the number 5 in which class again? Clone. And 360. He's the flathead in the 2 of the 360 class. So, first question I'm going to ask him is, he was here last time at Martinville Raceway, so he was aware of the turn 2 being kind of treacherous, but how did you handle turn 4 last time here at Martinville?
It really wasn't that big of a deal of pushing up and really felt fine through the corner of turn 2.
So he obviously didn't have any problems with turn 4 last race, so I don't anticipate him having any problems with turn 4 this race at Martinville. Now the second question I want to ask him is that he's running 2 different classes on the same night. So what kind of problems or adjustments do you have to make as far as running 2 different classes on the same night?
Really keep both the carts the same, try to get them both through the corners pretty good, and go from there.
Okay. Now, are you expecting anything different from the track tonight compared to previous races?
It'll be a lot more dusty.
Expecting a dusty track. We're expecting a fast track here tonight at Martinville. So we thank Landon for his time. We're going to look forward to seeing him on a track. And as we continue on with the Martinville Raceway Report. We're back here at Martinville Raceway. I'm standing here with the Newman boys, and I thought I'd let them introduce themselves to you. So we got Zach and David, gold plate, purple plate. Now, they were both here last time at Martinville. Like I said, the predominant topic is, how is turn 4 going to be? So, Zach, you don't know? Okay, what do you think? Talk about Get all the marbles out? So, stay tight, get all the marbles out. Now, let me ask you this. What do you guys like most about racing? when he was 3, got the love of racing, and here he is. Now, what do you like so much about racing? It gets him a head start at driving. How about that? So, thank you, Zach. Thank you, David. We look forward to seeing him up front tonight at Martinville Raceway. I'm standing here with my son, Brendan Goforth. He's getting ready to run the open clone class for the 2nd time this year. Now, last race, he finished 3rd out of 7 karts in the class. So let me ask you this.
Hello?
What are you expecting?
Driver sign-in is behind the entry booth.
In open clone.
Driver sign-in is behind the entry booth.
Well, I definitely expect me to do a little bit better. I mean, last race I kind of got cheated out of the final feature. Just a bunch of stuff happened, and I think I can be a little bit more adaptive this race. So since I've been already in it, so I can kind of get used to how the karts are going to run and be able to make my way through traffic and just have a good night.
Now, if I remember correctly, last race, the number 3 kart was the class of the field, but he definitely had something for 2nd place. So what are you going to have to do to close that gap between 2nd place and 1st place?
Well, we've definitely made a lot of adjustments. Well, my grandpa's made a lot of adjustments through the week to get it all ready and everything. There's a few things that we forgot to do last race to get it to be up to par as speed-wise as we wanted it to, that we did this past week. So this way it will be up to par for speed-wise.
Now, knowing my son, because he's my son, I know that this morning he played baseball. So getting up for a baseball game at 11 o'clock and then turning around and having a go-kart race later on in the day, what kind of challenges does that bring to you as far as energy, as far as preparation goes for the change from baseball mode to go-kart mode?
Well, obviously, as you've seen already, my preparation wasn't exactly that great today. I forgot something that I really needed, but we were able to make through that. But basically just keep myself, not tired. I mean, obviously I'm going to be tired, but I just gotta keep myself awake and not very tired, because if I'm too tired, then I'm just gonna be sloppy out around the track. So just gotta keep my head in what I'm doing and just do it.
Now, turn 4 is going to be the biggest question mark, and that's going to be the topic over and over. What's turn 4 going to be like today at Martinville? What do you expect from turn 4 tonight?
Well, after looking at the track, I noticed why it's actually so bad now. And it's because it looks to be, I don't know exactly how Paul did it, but over the winter when he added more banking to it, it looks to be that he put dirt over the entrance. The entrance used to be where you come up like this and then you come across. Now it's just kind of flat, so I know that's why the problem is now. But I think you just got to keep your line. If you get out of the line, you're just it's almost destined that you're gonna spin off coming off 4. So as long as you keep your line, I think it'll be all right.
Well, turn 4 is going to be the biggest question mark. This is Brendan. Obviously, for personal reasons, I hope he ends up in victory lane tonight. But look for him on the track as we continue on with the Martinville Raceway Report. We're standing here with Kevin Warner, driver of the 09 kart. First off, we want to thank the Warner family for being such big supporters of Martinville Raceway. Second, what class are you racing tonight?
Flathead 360.
360 flathead. Now, this is the 2nd time out at Martinville this year. The last time he was here, he didn't run as close to the front as he wanted to. So let me ask you this: what changes have you made to the kart to try to make it a little bit stronger?
It's going to be a little bit different tire setup tonight, I think, for me. And I did a little bit of a camber change to see what that does.
So you're hoping to make it turn a little bit better? Yeah. Now, he wasn't here at last race at Martinville, but he heard about as far as turn 4 being a little bit tricky. So in anticipation of what you've heard about turn 4, did you make any changes to the kart specifically for turn 4?
We're going to try to tighten it up just a little bit tonight. See what that does.
Okay. Now, we look forward to seeing him toward the front in the 360 flathead. We thank Kevin Warner for his time, and as we continue on with the Martinville Raceway Report. We're back at Martinville Raceway. We were here talking to Caitlin Wood. She's driving the number 30 kart tonight. We're still not sure what class she's going to be in tonight, so when we figure that out, we'll let you know. Now, this is only her 2nd time out go-kart racing, so let me ask you, Caitlin, how did you get into go-kart racing?
Well, Dad built me a go-kart, and I tried it out in springish, and I went into it everything. It's really funny.
So she's having a good time, and she got to race her very first time last night at Sandusky Raceway. Now, let me ask you, how'd it go? How was it?
I got in 2nd place.
She finished 2nd place her first time out. Now, how's that? Now, you're here at Martinville Raceway, obviously for the first time. So what are you looking forward to tonight here at Martinville?
Well, I want to have fun in it.
She wants to have fun, and she wants to win. Sounds like a racer to me. Well, thank you, Caitlin. We look forward to seeing her in victory lane tonight as we continue on with the Martinville Raceway Report. Final practice is done here at Martinville Raceway, and question number 1 has been answered. How was turn 4 going to be? So far, turn 4 is not nearly as treacherous as it was last time we were here. Now, what we have learned about the track is it is dry, it is dusty, and it is loose. So if your cart is not hooked up, if your cart does not have traction, you're going to have problems tonight here at Martinville Raceway. So the practice is done. Right now, adjustments are being made for the first of 2 heat races that each competitor is going to see. So we'll find out as the track continues how if the groove's going to come in. The track is taking rubber, but how big is the groove going to be here tonight at Martinville Raceway? We're right back here at Martinville Raceway. Right now, we are between the heat races and the feature. Another thing we've learned so far: turn 4, not an issue. The track rubbering up. All the drivers have made the necessary adjustments. Doesn't look like anybody's loose out there. The racing is fast. There's a lot of beating. There's a lot of banging. And we're going to be looking at a very good set of feature races. Now, one thing we do have against us is Mother Nature. There's rain in the area. So let's see if we can get the features in. And some cars so far look like they are definitely front runners. The number 4 in the opens. The number 12 in the 360 clone. The 09, Kevin Warner, in the 360 clone had a great second heat race. So the action has been fast. We're having a great time out here at Martinville Raceway. I'm standing here with Miss Caitlin Woods. We talked to her earlier in the day, mentioned the fact that this is only her second time out racing. Well, guess what? She found herself in the victory lane today. She had a great cart in the feature. She hit her lines, and she was in victory lane. So let me ask you, Caitlin, how did the cart feel out there for the feature race?
It felt really nice. It was awesome. I was going really fast, and it was just really fun.
Okay, now let me ask you this. What was the difference between the heat races and the feature where you seemed to pick up a lot of speed?
Well, the difference was I was doing something wrong, and I had to fix something. Like, I had to go out more in the straightaway.
Basically what she's saying is her line going into the corners and then coming out of the corners, she had to fix those. And when she found that groove, she took off. Now, second time out, she found victory lane. How does it feel to be a feature winner?
It feels amazing.
It's amazing, it's awesome. Well, guess what? This little lady you're going to see in victory lane a lot more times. How's that? And we're trying to get her to do the happy dance. Is she going to do the happy dance?
Do it. Come on.
Okay, no happy dance. Well, this is all for right now. Miss Caitlin Woods, congratulations. And we're going to see her in victory lane a lot more often. Well, that's it for race 4 of the 2013 Martinville Raceway season. This night was intense. It was hot out here weather-wise, and it was hot out here temper-wise. The track, the rubber went down early. There was traction. No problems with turn number 4. None at all. The racing was intense. It was exciting. If you missed it, you missed a great show. There are a couple karts out there right now that are really starting to show themselves as true contenders to win championships this year. So if you missed out, if you weren't here, you missed out on a lot. So just stay tuned. We'll have all the results for you. We'll let you know where everybody finished tonight, and we'll also let you know where the standings are. So please stay tuned for the rest of the Martinville Raceway Report. As we continue on with the Martinville Raceway Report, I want to take an opportunity to thank all of the sponsors who are so helpful and beneficial to Martinville Raceway. Some of the sponsors you've heard before, and then there's some other special sponsors that we want to go ahead and mention and say a big thank you to. So, the sponsors of Martinville Raceway once again are Friendship Stores, Burris Tires, O&I Transport, Rod's Garage, Warner Racing, and Chafin Motorsports. And we definitely got to say a big thank you to Ma Warner, who is so instrumental. She's been so active this year as far as getting sponsors for the track, as far as trying to raise money for the lighting, for the new lights that they want to put up there at Martinville Raceway. We also want to thank Bogey's Smoke and Barbecue, who donated delicious pulled pork during the Young Guns race. They were there and they donated the food during the Young Guns race there on June 8th. And, excuse me, and they helped raise quite a bit of money. And Mad River Harley Davidson, they donated 4 gift certificates for a free t-shirt for our first raffle held on June 8th. And there is going to be another raffle that's going to be held later in the year. You're going to start seeing them go around. I believe it's going to be the same format, 1 for $1 or 5 for $6, and just be an opportunity to win a lot more prizes. It's going to be held on September 14th. And Ma Warner is in charge of it. She definitely wants to give a big thank you to the girls who have gone around selling the raffle tickets, including Hannah Russell, Becky Wasson, Lindsay Bowden, Deb Davis, and Cynthia DeWald. And also, of course, everybody who's buying the tickets. It's very helpful, obviously. And with the new raffle that's coming up, since we don't have confirmation on what's going to be raffled for, all I can tell you is I've been given a preview of some of the items that may be up for raffle, and if it does come through, if it does get confirmed, there's some pretty nice prizes as far as the raffle goes for the next time around. So I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody. We got Bogey Smoke and Barbecue, we got Mad River Harley Davidson, we mentioned the girls. And once we find out for sure what those surprises are for the next raffle, we will definitely let you know. And as anybody who is in any form of racing knows, you can't race at the high level or have a great track without sponsors. So I hope the sponsors realize just how appreciative everybody at Martinville Raceway is for their participation, for their sponsorship, for the help, and just being a part of a track that is truly a fan-friendly, a racer-friendly track, and the goal is just to have great racing and a great time every time you go out there. So those are the sponsors of Martinville Raceway. We will continue to focus on them throughout the year, and we definitely thank them for their participation and the help of their sponsorship at Martinville Raceway. Let's go ahead and get into the results from the racing action at June 22nd there at Martinville Raceway. It is race number 4 of what is so far going to be a 10-race championship season. So here are the results from June 22nd. In the purple plate, coming in first place was James Crow. Second place was David Newman. Third place was Austin Black. Fourth place was Larry Kingseed Jr., and in fifth place was Marcus Weaver. In the novice class, the winner of the novices this past race was Caitlin Woods. In the kid kart class, the winner in the kid kart was Wyatt Crow. And in gold plate, continuing his win streak is the number 0 of Zach Newman. In the 360 clone class, which continues to have a huge turnout, I believe there were 17 entries in the race this past race June 22nd, and on the Young Guns night on June 8th they had 20, so it was not a big drop off. So in the 360 clone class, the winner once again was Epson Miller, taking home $200 for his efforts. In second place was Andrew Weaver, who was back on track after a couple races out. Third place was Austin Edgell. Fourth place was Kevin Henry, and in fifth place was Joey Pendergrass. In the 305 clone class, once again the winner was Sam Weaver. Second place was Ben Wasson. Third place was Austin Butler, and in fourth place was Jenna Warnick. In the 400 clone class, the winner was Epson Miller. Second place was Tyler Harris, and in third place was Bill Booher. In the open clone class, once again running away with the win was Scott Robert. In second place was Tony somebody, don't know who the last name was. In third place was Mel Bose. In fourth place was my son Brendan Goforth. And in fifth place was Daniel Dijon. In the opens, this is actually interesting. The same kart has won 2 races in a row, the number 4 with different drivers. Last race, Mike Pace was in the number 4 and he won. This race, the owner was back in the kart and Chase Grulich took the kart home. So it's kind of interesting. 2 races, 1 kart, 2 drivers, victory lane. So that's kind of cool. So first place was Chase Grulich. In second place was Mike Pace. Third place was Josh Crow. Fourth place was Pete Hogshed. And in fifth place was Matt Cron. And in the 360 flathead class, first place was Brad Bower, taking home $200 for his effort. Second place was Kevin Warner. Third place was Jacob Lawhon. Fourth place was John Ivey. And in 5th place was Jaden Edward. Now, those are the results as far as I know. If I missed anybody, I apologize. If I missed any classes, I apologize. And I know I missed the last name because I didn't get it. I apologize on that one too. But those are the results as far as I know from the last race at Martinville Raceway. As it's been heating up, the temperatures have been rising. The track's been getting dustier, and the tempers have been flaring. Mine also, unfortunately. I do apologize for my outburst at the last race, so I do apologize for that. But the racing once again was great. We look forward to the racing to continue to be outstanding as the season goes on. So later on in the episode of the Martinville Raceway Report, we'll give you the standings as far as the unofficial standings as far as the 2013 season goes. So let's just go ahead and continue on with the Martinville Raceway Report. Well, you've waited long enough, so let's go ahead and get to the standings of the 2013 Martinville Raceway season through 4 of 10 races of the season. In the 360 class, Aaron Distel has 99 points. Epson Miller is right there with him with 98 points. Joey Pendergrass is in 3rd place with 80 points. 4th place is Austin Edgell with 73 points. And in 5th place is Buddy Jackson. In the 360 flathead class, Jacob Lahan is in 1st place with 107 points. Currently in 2nd place is Kevin Warner with 95 points. And in 3rd place is Tony Myers with 92 points. In the opens class, now this is a very interesting class so far this year. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, 1 kart, 2 drivers have won the races, the past 2 races at Martinville. I think that's kind of interesting. But currently in 1st place is Mike Pace with 116 points. 2nd place is Matt Cron with 97 points. 3rd place is Richie McIntyre with 76 points. 4th place is Chuck May with 74 points. And in 5th place is Curtis May with 70 points. Now, one thing to keep in mind is I have Richie McIntyre with 76 points in 3rd place, but for whatever reason, his points from the June 22nd race are not currently available. So there's a possibility, depending on how many points he earned at Martinville on June 22nd, he may bump up to 2nd place. But currently, I have him in 3rd place, but I have a feeling he's going to bump up to 2nd place. In the open clone class, now this is also interesting. I only have the points from the June 8th and the June 22nd race. I do not know if they kept the open clone separately previous in the year. So just going off of the 2 races I do have, if there's going to be awards for open clone class this year, currently in 1st place is Scott Roberts with 70 points. 2nd place is Tony Street with 54 points. 3rd place is Brendan Goforth with 51 points. And in 4th place is Mel Bowes with 50 points. Now, like I said, that just covers 2 races, June 8th and June 22nd. If anything changes, we will let you know. In the 305 clone class, which there's no restrictions, we know what's going on here. In the 305 clone class, in 1st place currently is Sam Weaver, and he's really stretching his lead out. In 2nd place is Ben Wasson with 107 points. In 3rd place is Austin Butler with 81 points. In 4th place is Austin Schroeder with 62 points. And in 5th place is Wyatt Lessick with 58 points. In the 400 clone class, Epson Miller, he's running away with it right now. He's got 95 points, and he's got about 1.5 race lead on 2nd place. So unless he stops showing up to the races, he has a very good chance of capturing the championship this year. In the 50cc class, now this could change. Kid kart 50cc, it's all kind of up in the air. But just going off with what I know with the 50cc's, Wyatt Crow is currently in 1st place with 105 points. And in 2nd place is Dane Howie with 60 points. In the gold plate class, it is Zach Newman and it's everybody else. He's shown up every race and he's won every race, it seems like. So he is far and away in the lead. He has 127 points, and right now he'd have to miss the next 2 races for the race to even tighten up at all. So far right now, Zach Newman with 127 points, he's gone. And the purple plate class, currently in 1st place is James Crow with 124 points. 2nd place is David Newman with 100 points. 3rd place is Austin Black with 79 points. And then currently in 4th place is Summer Colvin with 78 points. Now, these are unofficial point standings. I have gotten all the information from Martinville Raceway. I've got my data sheets, I've put it together, but this is still unofficial. Martinville holds the official records for the year. They're the ones who makes the final determination as far as points go. Whatever they say, excuse me, whatever they say goes. So they're the ones who holds the official points. But I've gotten all the information from them, so they should match up. But these are unofficial standings through the first 4 races of 10 of the Martinville Raceway Season 4 2013. The next scheduled race is July 6th. I'm actually very much looking forward to it because if for personal reasons, if everything goes well, I'll have a lot of family there rooting on Brendan. So that could end up being a very fun day for my family, and it'll be a fun day for your family too if you decide to go. The racing has been great. The driving has been spectacular. The races have been spectacular. There's been 3 wide racing with no accidents. That's great. It's awesome to see the racing that's going on this year. So if you haven't been out to a race yet, you got to come out. I guarantee you have a great time. Also, Austin Black, James Crow, Travis McIntyre, and Joey Pendergrass. You 4 are on my radar for interviews before next race. I plan on getting there plenty early, and if you guys get there early enough, I want to go ahead and interview you, and I think it'll be a great addition to the Martinville Raceway Report. And ending on a personal note, as you know, I love racing, and I've never mentioned before, but my favorite race car driver in NASCAR is Martin Truex Jr. And I am ecstatic to tell you, if you do not already know, that he was finally able to break his winless streak. He raced at the NASCAR circuit, was at Sonoma this past weekend, and sure enough, he came home with the victory, and it wasn't even close. He won by like 8 seconds over second place. He led more laps than anybody. He just ran away with it. So I was a happy camper Sunday when I found out that Martin Truex Jr. won the race. But just like any form of racing, you have your favorites. I've got my favorites at Martinville. You may have your favorites at Martinville and you root for them. Same thing in NASCAR. Martin Truex Jr. is my favorite, so I was happy to root him on, and he came in with the victory. But I love rooting for a lot of people at Martinville too. The racing is great. All I can say is congratulations to all the drivers who have put on show after show after show this year. There's been such great racing. I love to see the 2 wide and 3 wide with no accidents. It's just been a great time so far this year at Martinville. So if you're watching this and you haven't been out to Martinville yet, please come out. If you're watching this and you're one of the drivers, all I can say is thank you. You've given me a great opportunities to get great pictures, but it's been great racing. That's all you can ask for. And to Paul and to all the staff at Martinville, thank you so much for putting on such a great show for the fans week after week after week. You are by far the most fair crew out there. You guys know what you're doing. You work hard. You try to make sure you make the right calls every time. I'm in the infield and I see you guys talking to each other. So if you're watching this, please, if you've got a problem with another driver at the track, keep Paul and the gang out of it. They got enough headaches as it is. I was guilty of that last week. So, I mean, just settle it amongst yourselves as best you can, but leave Paul and the gang out of it because they do such a great job. I hope if you're watching this, maybe next July 6th, next time you see them, tell them thank you because they do a great job. So thank you for watching. Thank you to all the sponsors of Martinville Raceway. Thank you, Ma Warner, for everything you do to help with the sponsorship at Martinville Raceway. The raffle is going to be starting back up for the next set of prizes that are being given away later in the year. Like I mentioned before, I've seen a preview of what's going to be given away, and if all those hold, it's a lot of good stuff that's going to be given away. So start saving your money now because it'll be well worth it. And keep in mind, all of the money from the raffle goes for helping get more lighting, better lighting for the track. So thank you so much for watching the Martinville Raceway Report. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the different things we did in this episode. Please, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, whatever, feel free to leave me comments. You've got my email address. You've got my Facebook page. You've got my handle on Bob. However you can get a hold of me, and just let me know what you like, what you don't like, and all I say is please be gentle because I'm doing the best I can. So thank you for watching the Martinville Raceway Report, and we look forward to seeing you in the next time.